Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
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 And if you like cellar dwellers
And trapdoor lovers,
there's a musical for that.
And if you like mermaids, crabs, and guppies, why? There's a musical for that.
If you like fan of the opera fan fiction, there's a musical for that.
If you like falling in love and broken hearts, and establishing your dreams and then having them dashed, and duels, there's a musical for that.
and it's called Wicked.
And it's called Little Mermaid Live.
It's called Hamilton.
And it's called Dogfight.
And it's called Fan of the Opera 2, Love Never Died.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
Thumbelina,
She's a funny little squirt.
Thumbelina,
Tiny angel in a skirt.
Thumbelina. First she's bending, then baking, pretending she's making things happen. Thumbelina.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That, the podcast where we prove there's a musical for every situation. I'm Tiffany,
And I'm Kayla.
and if you like following your heart, well, there's a musical for that, and it's called
Thumbelina.
Thumbelina. It came out in 1994, although the story was originally published December 16th, 1835, according to this Google search that appeared at the top.
That's 6 days and 500 years before your birthday.
Yeah. I love this movie. It's fantastic.
Yep, it's a Don Bluth film. Back when he was still trying to compete with Disney before he gave up the ghost. Don Bluth is known for things like The Land Before Time, The Secret of Nim, A Troll in Central Park, which is not a good movie, but
Well, I enjoyed it.
I liked it
briefly,
as a
yes.
child.
I haven't seen it as an
I
adult.
can't because I'm scared. Yes.
So he gave us some good stuff.
Yeah, but then he started trying to compete with Disney because he was doing well before the Disney Renaissance, and the Disney Renaissance happened. He was like, well, I got to get into fairy tales. He did Anastasia.
That was really... So he was competing pretty well for a while there.
Yes. Anastasia was kind of... A lot of people consider that his downfall.
Oh, really? I like it.
Same.
Oh.
A lot of people felt like that was his... The Secret of Nim, I would consider his peak. I think a lot of people consider The Secret of Nim his peak because it's such a... It's a really good movie. It's well written. It's well... Have you seen that movie?
I don't think so, actually.
That's good. It's about the testing that was going on rats, and they escaped, but they were like way smarter because of the testing that happened. So they kind of had more autonomy. But like the humans didn't really know that. And
Is it a musical?
no, but they made some direct-to-DVD sequels that were terrible.
Oh.
Five Goes West, I think, might have been a Don Bluth.
Oh.
Also, anything that wasn't Disney back in that time was pretty much Don Bluth.
Oh. Well, thank you, Don Bluth. You created many childhood memories for you, and I still enjoy your movies now. Do you want to go over what Thumbelina is about?
Sure. So Thumbelina is about this woman who, I don't think spinster is a nice word, an unmarried, childless older lady who really wants a child, and she wishes so hard about it that she gets, it's like a plant grows or something, and Thumbelina comes out of the plant.
A flower.
A flower, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Thumbelina is not the size of a thumb, she's about the size of a palm-ish.
Yeah.
Or a hand, but I have long fingers. She's the size of a frog standing up because, well, the frogs are a little bit bigger than her.
A grasshopper.
A beetle.
Beetle.
Her
There
and
we
Beetle
go.
are about the same height.
Yep.
So, Thumbelina, Thumbelina actually, when she comes out of the flower, she is her age, which is like a 20-something
She's
Jodie
more
Benson.
like 16.
Some, puberty is in bloom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
She's
going
like
to go 16.
That's fair because of how she acts. I just think 20 is young. When I was thinking like a young person, I was like 20. That's when I used to be young.
I just think so, like, Little Mermaid was 16. I just assume that they're all around.
I actually do think you're right. So Jodie Benson, who did the voice of Ariel in The Little Mermaid, did Thumbelina's voice.
What else did she do?
Jodie Benson?
Yeah.
She basically just does Disney these days.
Well, I know. I'm thinking, like, what other voices?
None that I know of outside of Thumbelina and that come to the top of my head. While Tiffany looks that up, I will continue telling. So Thumbelina comes out right at 16 years old. Her mother is reading her a fairy tale about fairies, and fairies are about the same size Thumbelina is, and she wishes that fairies were real, and she hopes kind of that they're real, and she wants to meet one. And later that evening, she does meet a fairy. Prince Cornelius sees her, and they talk to each other. They're the same size, and they fall in love pretty instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to come back. Is it the next day he's going to come back?
I think so.
And she's waiting for him, and she sleeps in a little walnut shell, which doesn't make sense based on how big she should be, regardless. Maybe it does. So she's waiting for Prince Cornelius, and a frog sees her. Grande? Wasn't it that one? Was that the son? Was it Grande?
I think so.
Or the other? I don't remember the other one's name.
So when she meets Cornelius, they go out flying and they're singing, and they fly past this little pond, and there's the frog performers, and that's where they see her, and they're like, "Oh, I need her," and the frog's like, "Mama, I need her," or whatever, and that's where they decide that they're going to go kidnap her. Yep. So then now we're at the point where she is being kidnapped.
Yep, one of the frog sons. There's two sons. Grande is the only one whose name I remember. They kidnap Thumbelina and bring her to their mom, who's played by Charo, who I love. And they sing On the Road, which is one of my favorite songs. So they're trying to convince Thumbelina to go to perform with them because she's a great singer. So Thumbelina's voice is the main plot point.
Yes. I don't know if trying to convince or persuade is the right way to put it.
Well, but in the song they are.
Kidnapped her.
Yes, but they're like, you could be a star. And remember, she's like, a star?
Yes. Okay.
You could be big. You could be famous. Her. Yeah, they're trying to say, like, this is really your idea, don't you think? Yes. Or they're trying to, in my mind, it's like, make the best of the situation. Mm-hmm. Think of how famous you could be. And they keep saying, like, you could be big. And she's like, oh, I could be big, thinking, like, size-wise. Mm-hmm. When does she meet Giacomo? When she she's escaping. She tries to escape from the frogs, and she's in the pond, and a sparrow comes and saves her. Giacomo. Mm-hmm. He's French?
I would assume.
The frogs are Mexican?
Yep.
So.
When does she meet the beetle? I think.
So Giacomo saves her, and something happens where he puts her down, and she starts walking, and she meets the bug people, right?
The little, like, the young girl.
Yeah, he's like, hi, Thumbelina, you're pretty.
What? I guess they're just bugs.
Yeah, they have weird flowers overturned on their heads. They're just cutesy little.
They are cute.
Like, talking like they're missing a tooth in the front. I can't talk like that. I wish I could. So she eventually meets this beetle played by Gilbert Gottfried, and he tells her she's beautiful, and he wants her to go to a dance, the beetle ball, with him. And they dress her up kind of like a beetle, and they're dancing with her, and eventually he spins her around fervently. He spins her around so fervently that her beetle costume comes off, and all the beetles go, ew! And they say that she's ugly. She's just in her undergarments, her bloomers, and stuff.
But around the same time when she met the beetle, Cornelius finds out that she has been kidnapped and goes off to try to find her to save her, because he goes back to her home, and it's all turned over, and that's where the dog tells Prince Cornelius, pardon me, that Thumbelina
His Royal Highness Prince Cornelius
been kidnapped.
Yes, that dog was really ugly, and it's the thing I hate the most about that movie.
Oh.
Take another look at that dog. It's gross.
Okay. So yes, they tell her she's ugly, and the beetle throws her out, and that's when Giacomo appears and promises that he will find Cornelius and bring him to Thumbelina. I read that straight from Wikipedia.
Wow.
So, quote.
Because Thumbelina starts thinking, am I really ugly? Like, the prince won't love me, but he already liked you.
Yes. But Giacomo, while trying to help her, it's turning winter time, and somehow a thorn gets into his wing. I guess he's clumsy and he runs into something. I don't know how that happens. I forgot.
Wasn't there some? He was asking around about the prince, and remember, there's like a rabbit who's being chased by a fox or something.
Oh, okay.
He was flying alongside them. That's what I recall.
Okay.
He was flying,
No,
we
that
said
makes
we
more
didn't have to
sense.
watch this again.
I don't know.
I think we're doing pretty well.
We are doing really good. I mean, I've seen it enough times. I've seen this a lot, but I did not watch it immediately before recording. So then it turns into winter, and Cornelius falls into the lake and is frozen now. And this is the down point of the movie. So Giacomo is injured, Cornelius is frozen in a lake, and Thumbelina is just stranded in wintertime and finds her shelter in a shoe, which turns out to be the home of Miss Fieldmouse, voiced by
Carol Channing.
Carol Channing, yes.
97-year-old lady who's still alive.
And she is neighbors with the mole. What is his name? Mr. Mole? Mr. Mole.
Dearie, marry the mole.
Yeah. I like that song.
The mole man is essentially paying her so that she will send Thumbelina to him.
Yes. So Mr. Mole wants to marry Thumbelina. Thumbelina doesn't really want to, but
she is very weak-minded because the field mouse convinces her.
Yes.
Because love don't pay the mortgage or porridge in your bowl. She's basically saying love is don't worry about love.
Yeah.
Think about money because you're going to have to pay bills. Which is a valid argument, but you should still, moderation.
Yes, but she does follow her heart in the end because as she's walking down the aisle, she's essentially no, I can't do it. I don't love you.
Song she's hearing Cornelius sing. It's like Bella and Edward when she was seeing him, remember?
No.
In New Moon, when Edward was gone, and whenever Bella would do something dangerous, she would see him in her mind, telling her to stop. So she just kept doing dangerous things.
Oh,
but she hears Cornelius kind of singing in the back of her mind, the "Let me be your wings." The guy who plays Cornelius is a Scientologist, FYI, and uses that to recruit other people. I'm a voice actor who was in Thumbelina. Would you like to come to my seminar? And then it's about Scientology. FYI.
I probably would have gone to that seminar, so it's good to know.
Good thing
because
we're
I
not
really
in California.
love that song.
I would have too, but then when he started talking about Scientology, I'd be like, no.
Ooh, I have to go to the bathroom now.
I'd be like, well, no.
Pardon me.
Let me take you far beyond the stars. So she runs away,
or somehow she runs into Giacomo again
because he's in
finds
the
his body.
in the mole's
one
of his tunnels.
Yeah,
just laying there.
Yes,
and she pulls the thorn out for him. And Giacomo is telling her, we must find the veil of the fairies. Mm-hmm. And she's saying, there are no fairies. It's not real. All the while, they finally get out and she's, riding on his back. And he takes her to this, frozen tree and tells her to sing. And she keeps saying, I don't feel like singing. I'm sad. Cornelius is never coming back. So she does start singing the song, the Let Me Be Your Wings. And then she says he's never coming back. And then Cornelius finishes the end of the song. Remember?
Should we say how Cornelius got out of the lake?
The bugs?
Yes, the beetle.
He used his sharp feet. Remember, he skated across the ice, the beetles.
Yes, so the beetles somehow get, with their sharp feet, not somehow, get him out. And he melts out, and then he goes to find
because
Thumbelina.
The beetles are working with the frogs. And the frog that have ripped the Gilbert Godfrey beetle's wings off and said he won't give them back until they bring Cornelius to him. Mm-hmm. But they somehow lose track of Cornelius, and the little bugs thaw him out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And and the singing does awaken the veil of the fairies. Mm-hmm. And the fairies start singing, and they get married, and Thumbelina grows wings.
Yes.
Do you think she was always a fairy?
I do.
Okay.
That is my personal opinion. I think Thumbelina was always a fairy, and she had just not matured into her wings yet.
See, I don't know if I believe that, because from what it seems like, Cornelius had a mother and father who birthed a child who was Cornelius. Thumbelina came out of a flower.
She's an original fairy.
I assume that her wings were a wedding thing, you marry into this family, gift. Kind of
the royals.
Yeah, you get these wings.
I just think she needed to I don't know.
That's fair.
Follow
I think
her heart to get her fairy wings.
I think that they're both valid. I feel bad for her mom because it seemed like this all happened in the span of 2 days. She got this child, and now the child is married, and now she's like, well, what do I do now?
I think that she was also a little sad for Thumbelina because I think she knew Thumbelina was lonely. So I think that ultimately the mom's probably happy that her daughter is a princess now.
Yeah.
I guess it's not. I guess she's probably a duchess, but
Stop. But that should teach the mom about reckless wishing because she had this child that had self-esteem issues.
Mm-hmm. But it turned out okay in the end.
Yeah, but now the mom's lonely again.
She has a dog.
The dog is ugly.
That's
It looks like they drew it like it made sounds like that. They drew it like it was an old man, like it had a mustache and like one of those little heads like Goofy has, with like the knob on it. I hate that.
I wasn't paying that much attention. So some of the songs in the movie. So we've got we touched on them. I love that song. I used to think that I was going to play that at my wedding.
Me too.
That one,
and
yes,
that came on my shuffle the other day, and I was
those two songs.
We were strangers starting out on a journey.
Yep, I've been planning since elementary school that those two songs will be in my
Remember
wedding.
when we said at one point with that Anastasia song, whoever got married first was allowed to use it, and the other person couldn't?
Yeah, that was silly.
You see how that's working out for us?
Yep. So now I don't plan my wedding anymore because here we are.
Who wants a wedding?
Or marriage.
Oh yeah, I think a wedding seems like a fun birthday party, but your friends get to dress up and be special too. Mm-hmm. But I don't want the marriage. I don't really want a wedding either. I want a reception.
I'm just not going to think about it.
Okay, that's fine. Oops.
Yes, that song is not in this movie.
Anastasia.
Yes, that's Anastasia. Let Me Be Your Wings. We've got Dearie, Mary the Mole.
The Beatles song.
The Beatles song. What was that called?
You Beautiful Baby.
Yes.
You Beautiful Baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what do you call that? Like a 20s style. I get a when I have you on my neck. You tie my antenna in a knot.
We already talked about the frog song.
Oh, we didn't sing it though.
Do you want to sing it?
I'm trying to think of a good part to start it because I memorized that song on purpose.
Do you want to be big? Song.
It's called On the Road.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, Charo sings it, so it's very Charo-ish. We have to pass.
I think those are all the songs.
For a month in Athens at the Parthenon, where they love us because we do the show in Greek.
You're
the finest in the business is a well-known fact, and it's something if we have to blow the horn. This isn't any ordinary animal act, because today a star is born. There we go.
Yay!
Come on, road.
You do have a very good memory.
My little Castian.
You're so talented.
Yeah, I have a mental disability.
That's not.
But it helps me have memory good.
Okay.
Anything with a song, I latch on to it. Let Me Be Your Wings, which is the great one.
Yeah.
Well, Giacomo sings the Trust the Sparrow.
Yeah.
Isn't there's two. There's Let Me Be Your Wings and there's something else. I know that there's two, but I can't think of what the other one is.
All right. Brief pause as we...
Well, I know I have it on my phone.
Soon.
Finale duet. Soon is when I really like.
And then there's Thumbelina, obviously. So the opening. Thumbelina.
Yeah, Soon is the other one I was thinking of.
And that's when Thumbelina is dreaming of meeting her.
Something like that.
Yes, that's exactly
Something. She says the S words multiple times in a row. Like there's someone, somewhere, somehow.
Yep.
Sure to find me.
And then Cornelius does find her.
Oh, Sun is another one. What is that?
Sun?
Once there was the sun,
Oh.
bright and warm and wonderful.
That's what she sings in the...
Shining like the love within.
That's Let Me Be Your Wings.
Oh, okay. Because
a
I was like, that's what she
reprise.
sings.
Yeah.
Because like that's what she sings in the Veil of the Fairies.
Yeah, that's just the reprise.
I got these randomly off the internet way back when we were in middle school, and I just have them on my phone. What is soon again? Hold on.
She sings that in the beginning when she's lonely, dreaming of.
I'm trying to get a grasp of how it goes. Okay, got it.
Do you want to sing it now? Okay. But those are all of the songs. Apologies, we said them slightly out of order. But you should definitely watch this movie.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you do. Oh, you can go sing it.
I started to. I didn't think I wanted to.
What is your favorite song?
Let Me Be Your Wings.
That used to be definitely my favorite one in this, but I found the last time I watched it with my nieces, the next day in the morning, I kept singing "Dearie, Marry the Mole."
You know, I think that has a great, it's a great parallel of where we were at that time and where we are now.
Yes, this kind of, because I appreciate it so much more at this point in life, because I'm like, oh, you know what? I can see why that was a consideration, and it's just done in a nice little catchy song. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, love won't pay the mortgage or put porridge in your bowl.
Yep. So I'm still going to go with Let Me Be Your Wings just because of the nostalgia of it. It was, obviously, I wanted it in my wedding. So I'm going to go with that's my favorite. But Marry the Mole is climbing on up there.
What did she say about Romeo and something? Was it? What did she say about them? She says something about Romeo and Juliet, and then something about something else. I don't have that song because I didn't like it as a child, so I never.
I didn't like it as a child either. I did not at all. So I was shocked that I liked it so much now. Maybe the Mole lyrics.
Hey, that's what I was doing. Are you on YouTube?
No, I was just going to read them.
Okay. It's something about Romeo and Juliet, so something.
Romeo and Juliet were very much in love when they were wed. They honored every vow, so where are they now? They're dead, very, very dead.
There we go. I knew there was something.
Poor Thumbelina, your brain's litty bitty.
It comes. This is what I was thinking. Lovely little ditty, but varying for love is a foolish thing to do. 'Cause love won't pay the mortgage or put porridge in your bowl. Dearie, marry the mole.
True, it's a fact.
But he's not exactly witty. That's what this is.
Blinder than a bat, but at least his eyes are blue.
Why do people do that?
I know, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Let me be your wings. Oh, I guess sun is... This is saying that sun is a separate thing. I guess because it's the beginning of that and it goes into...
Once there was the sun.
I wish I was a voice actor.
You can take lessons at the community college. So what are we going to rate this out of? Stop playing that. Let's finish the podcast.
What do you want to rate it out of? Wings?
Bugs?
Times to get kidnapped? Thumbs?
Read it out of thumbs. How many thumbs up would you give it?
Out of 5?
Mm-hmm.
I really want to say 5.
That's what I'm going to say 5.
Yeah, let's say 5.
Yep. 5 out of 5.
Yay, we did it. Why is this so long?
Is it? How long is it?
Almost 25 minutes.
Because we kept playing songs.
Oh, yeah, well, the people want to be entertained.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Please go watch Thumbelina. It's really good. I love it. I hope you love it, too.
Bye.
Here comes the bride is a lovely little ditty, but marrying for love is a foolish thing to do. 'Cause love won't pay the mortgage or put porridge in your bowl. Dearie, marry the mole.
Bye, everybody.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye. On
under the sea.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.